Flow Designer. Alright, so I will open one of the catalog item request, and we will see how we can set the stages in those flow which is already created in Flow Designer. Alright, so previously we used to set using set values, right? So now what we can do is like we can go to our this view, diagram view of this catalog item flow, and you can see there are multiple activities or actions displaying here, and you can see we have this plus button here, and you can add the stages using our diagram view very easily, right? You can see we can add the stages here. We can select the stages, which stage this flow is currently in. Alright, so this way you can add the stages for Flow Designer very easily. Previously you have to set the stages using set values. Okay, so now let's move to our another feature, that is flow priorities. So flow priorities generally it is set as medium for for all the flows generally, and this requirement generally don't come, but they have introduced flow priorities for Utah version. So let's see how we can see this flow priorities. Alright, so let's move to our Flow Designer. Yeah, so we have to go under Flow Administration Settings. As soon as I will click on settings, we will see the settings record displaying here. Okay, so we have clicked on this settings, and now we will see the list of setting records displaying here. So now we will see this flow priority which is set for most of the flows. You can see these are the flows: default SLA flow and SLA notification and escalation flow. Here you can see for all the flow priority is set as medium, so it will execute on its own on medium priority. So we can see there is low, medium, high priority for Flow Designer. Okay, so this will be utilized in very rare case, but they have introduced this feature, so I had to tell you. Alright, so let's move to our another feature. I think Flow Designer is done, so let's move further for our authentication, security and mobile. Alright, so under authentication we have Identity Center. Under security mobile we have multi-instance switching, improved experiences. Alright, so this is quite interesting thing, Identity Center, which ServiceNow has introduced. So I will show you what this Entity Centers is all about, and I will as well as tell you about this mobile thing, improved experience and multi-instance switching, but I will not be able to show you the demo because that is on mobile features. Alright, so I will just explain you what changes has been done on mobile view. So currently I will tell you about Identity Center in instance, how you can view this Identity Center details. Alright, so let us close these all things, and now let's try to see what is Identity Center. So Identity Center generally track active sessions, login history and registered devices. For this details to be viewed in ServiceNow instance, so we have to enable the plugin, that is Identity Center. Alright, so I will show you this plugin name. So this is a really nice feature which is introduced in Utah. So we will see what is this plugin. So you can see this is the ServiceNow Identity Center. This is already installed in my system, and this plugin is required to install for the instance which you have upgraded already. If you are already getting your Utah version, so that time I think you will get pre-installed Identity Center. All right, so let's see how these details can be viewed. So I will show you. So you have to click on this user profile, and now you can see there is a related link displaying here, View Identity Center. So I will click on this View Identity Center. Okay, now you can see the active session. So there is already active session going on for my login. You can see. So these are the details displaying here. All right. You can see time of login, browser, IP address, session ID, and you can see the login history as well here. Right. So this is quite interesting one, right? So you can see the active sessions and when you have logged in last. So you can see all the details and which browser you are logged in, which version. All right. So yeah, so this is all about Identity Center. So next I am going to explain you about mobile. So mobile, there is two features they have launched in Utah. So one is like improved experiences, where we can work on themes, and our app will be working online, offline, as well as we can upload some attachments, or we can upload anything in our mobile UI. Suppose some image we have to upload or post multiple images or attachments, so we can upload that in using mobile experiences. And as well as there is a provision to use input forms, and we can use record section functions under mobile experiences. All right, so next is multi-instance switching. So no more it is required to log out or log in for your mobile UI. You can just use the icon in your mobile app, where you can see in upper left, and you can just switch your instance from one instance to another, and the notification will get generated, and you can click on any notifications which you will be displaying for any of the instance, and you will be redirected to that particular instance using that particular notification. All right, so this is all about mobile feature that is being introduced in Utah. So let's talk about other place, that is App Engine Table Builder. So these all things, the changes which will be available, that is part of App Engine. So we will move and see what are those mapping fields, descriptions, and schema view. All right. So let's move and see how we can display those all things in our App Engine Studio. All right, so let's move. So let me open my existing application. Okay, and I will click on my data import, which I was trying to do previously. You can see previously I have loaded one of the Excel access file here, and there has been two columns added, column 1, column 2. All right, so there is a field which is added, right, and you can see it was uploaded. So now let's click on map to target. So I will click here, and you can see we can map our mapping using our mapping properties. And if we have selected the target table here, you can auto map your fields using the fields which is provided in your column. So you can map your fields here using our mapping properties. So here you can see there is a field mapping started for this particular table from the Excel which I have loaded, right? You can see, and we can set some value, test1 or test2 here. and this will be mapped to this particular table, my hello. Alright, so this is the mapping features which they have introduced under App Engine Studio for to map this when you are uploading your spreadsheet and you are getting lot of columns, right? So at that point of time you can map those fields very easily. Suppose you have to move from one instance to another, you have to move your incident list of records, so you can move it very easily. You can just export and import using this App Engine Studio and everything will be mapped automatically, and the data will be mapped and displayed accordingly. Alright, so these are the purpose for mapping of fields under App Engine Studio. So this is a quite interesting feature as well, and this will be utilized a lot. So now we will be talking about the table builder, where descriptions has been added for the table which you want to select. Alright, so suppose we will leave from this form, and suppose we will try to add more data here. So suppose I have clicked on data, and you can see there is a option started displaying, create a blank table, and I will continue with it. So I will open from extensible table, which table you want to use. So now here comes the thing, and you can see predefined tables started displaying on the suggestions with the description. You can see task, a base table that provides fields for core applications, configuration items. You can see the description loaded with the table name. So these details are displayed most commonly tables that are extended, right? Suppose asset, service, configuration item, task. So these are the most recommended tables through which the current tables are extended, right? So these are the features for table description that has been added while you are selecting the table. So this is the feature which is introduced in Utah version. Alright, so next is our schema view. So that is the read-only view of a table, and this table will be displaying a schema when the tables are linked with each other with multiple tables. So you can see, suppose I will go back, suppose I will cancel everything here, and now you can see here we are having some data, and I will click here, and now you can see we have some data schema here, right? So you can see again here fields and schema is displayed here. You can click on this schema and view the table, how your table looks like. You can click under schema and you can see the schema view of your table which is added in your data view. Alright, so it will be displaying on multiple relationship if there would be more tables that is linked with this current table. Alright, so you will be able to see more of a tree structure if suppose there are more tables linked with this current table. Alright, so this is the use of schema view under the App Engine Studio, where you will try to create many more applications within your organization. Right, so this is all about App Engine. So further we have integration hub import feature in Utah, whatever they have introduced. So they have provided extended support for CSV file support, where you can upload the data for CSV file, and as well as this auto map fields can be used on this table or the Excel which is uploaded, and the target table where you have to upload the data. And other feature is mapping fields alphabetically. Previously the field was not arranged in a proper format, so they have provided the mapping of fields alphabetically. Alright, so let's move and see how this works. So let's close this App Engine Studio, and now let's move to Integration Hub. So this is our Integration Hub import. So this is also new UI. Alright, so here we can see there are some data mapping already created in my instance, and I will try to create new integration. Suppose I will add Learn IT test. Okay, here also I will add Learn IT. Right, so we will save and continue. And now you can see what I was explaining you about is CSV file support. So you can see I have clicked on file, and now you can see there is CSV file support. Previously only Excel support was available under this integration hub import, but in Utah CSV file support has been started, and we can upload any CSV file here, and we can map the data from the existing target table, or you can create a new table where you can map your data using CSV file. Alright, so this is the way how you can utilize CSV file and you can map the data. So let's move to our another feature, that is mapping property, where you can auto map, where you have provision to auto map the field in your instance. So let's try to see the existing one. So suppose map to target. So this was the user table where I have this name, user ID, email, phone, and this was automatically mapped with the existing user table. And another feature was the field has to be displayed alphabetically. So this is the feature. Previously this fields was not coming correctly, so this fields was coming alternatively. Suppose anything can come here, name, city, company. So this active flag was below and this building was above, so it was not in a proper format, but they have made this in a proper format in alphabetical form so that people don't get confused while mapping the fields. Alright, so this was the source configuration. This was the file which is used. So if you want, I can use it again. I will download it. So this is downloaded, and now I will try to create new one. Create new integration. Map the user. Map the user. Okay, so I will click save and continue, and now I will click on file, Excel. I will go to downloads. I will click on sys user. Okay, now I will go to map target table. So target table, here it will ask to select user, sys user, and I will click on save, and I will click on this record, and you can see the mapping property, no data mapping yet. So we will click on add all fields, and now you can see map to target. So yeah, so this is the button which is hidden here, auto map button. See, I have clicked on add all fields, but you can see we can auto map here. So this is the feature which is introduced, and we will click on auto map. So it will map the matching fields, which fields it will get mapped. So you can see 5 fields are auto mapped. So there is 4 field, but name is mapped to 2 field. Okay, you can see, yeah. So this mobile phone is mapped to mobile phone and business phone both. That's why 5 name it is showing. So no problem, that you can remove either from mobile phone, either from business phone. So I will remove it from business phone, and now I will click save. So this auto map feature is done, and this is the alphabetically fields are displayed. So these are all the changes which is done inside Integration Hub import in Utah version. Alright. So I think these are all the features of Utah release which is important for us to know as we are the developers. And there are many more features in Utah version which I will create separate video. Alright, so this is all about my information related to Utah version of ServiceNow. So please provide your comments if you have any questions, doubts or queries related to this session. For more information, please visit the description section under this video. Thanks for hearing me out. Stay tuned for more videos. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel Learn IT.